What's up, guys? It's your boy Matty Ice, Leads for Locals, and in this video, I'm excited to share a campaign breakdown of our business loan lead generation campaign that we're doing right now in a couple of different industries. It's been a while since I've run a campaign in this industry, just because with COVID-19 and all that stuff, the lending industry has just been kind of spooked. At least that's what I've been told, anyways. So people are like holding off running campaigns and stuff, and so I want to show you guys what's working right now, what we're testing, and go from there. So this is how we're generating business loan leads right now. And I've just kind of built on my system over time, and it's working pretty well. And a couple of lessons too that I want to share with you guys. But first, so we're doing the auto repair and construction industry. And let's just break these down. So we're doing Facebook lead ad, so lead generation campaign objective. We're doing our Facebook lead ad forms. I'm doing first name, email, and phone number now, so that we can send the automated text message campaigns, potentially later on voice drop campaigns as well. Because I've had a much bigger focus on, now that I'm pretty confident in generating leads and bringing people into the pipeline, I've had a much bigger focus on actually converting those leads, getting them on the phone and appointments and things like that. So that's been a really big focus. But so far, it's doing pretty good. $4.51 per lead up front. Construction is not doing nearly as good, and I'm going to break that down here in just a second, because there's some really good learning lessons for that. But I want to show you some cool stuff that we're doing with the auto repair campaign here. And it's interesting because I did the special ads audience lookalike, whatever, that I've talked about in the past, where I'll purchase a list of business owners, and I'll purchase a list from US Biz Data, and I will clean that list up, get all of the business owners out, upload that to Facebook, and then create the lookalike or special ads audience around it, because we're very limited on our targeting options with that special ads category for credit and loans and things like that. So, but what's interesting is that did not work. And I could probably make some other adjustments, figure out what it was. It's probably not that it doesn't work, but I literally got 0 leads as I was running the campaign. I'm like, dude, what the hell is going on? This is ridiculous, because, and that's why testing is so important, guys, because just because something works right now does not mean it's going to work 6 months down the road. You've got to constantly be testing and upping your skill set and just figuring out other ways and being creative so that you can continue getting results, right? So that's why that's really, really key. And but anyways, basically, so I actually found some interest targeting, and it's nothing that I haven't covered before. It's basically I'm using my 2 to 3 layer interest targeting option or strategy, where I do one layer, that's like targeting small business interests and business and things like that. Next layer will be loan interest, and then the third layer in this case is anything to do with auto repair shops. So I think there's one that's automobile repair shop or something like that. Just anything that particular industry is going to have an interest in, basically. Same thing with construction. So I did small business, loans, and then construction interest. That's basically it, right? And it's working pretty well. It's not bad. We're still pretty limited, but that's one of the things I actually want to talk to you guys about in this video. So this particular one is at $3.95. So this is actually the interest one. And let me show you a really cool new ad structure that I'm using. So you can see that all of the leads have actually come from this video that I made. Now it's not like a complicated video. It's not like video of what you think it is. So let me actually show it to you guys, because it is really, really cool. And this is something new inside of Canva. So I'm basically taking the same strategy that I would use to create my ad images and put text on it and things like that, except now I'm using a video, and here's why. The one, video engagement is just always usually much higher. I mean, just people love video. But what's interesting about this video is that there's no sound, there's no audio or anything like that. It's just a clip inside of an auto repair shop. It's 15 seconds long, and I got it from Canva. I'll show you how to do it in a second. But it's basically a 15-second clip of somebody in an auto repair shop helping a customer, and then I have text right on top of it. Okay, funding for auto repair shops, and I have like the button look, so it gets more engagement. And you can see, 12 reactions, 5 shares. That's not bad. That's pretty good for, we've been running it a week, $15 a day. But That's not bad. And now, but here's the thing: in addition to the extra engagement that you typically get from these short videos, here's the other thing that you get is if we pull up video engagement and we scroll over, guys, there is so much power in this kind of stuff right here. And here's where a lot of people fall short in their advertising, and because there's too much short-term thinking. Like, we want those short-term results, and that's great. We got 25 leads in the pipeline. Just so you guys know, 11 of them filled out our survey so far, so we're at just under 50% of people going from the lead form to filling out our pre-qualification survey and then reconfirming their contact information again. So we actually get their contact information twice, on the Facebook lead ad form and then on the survey as well, which is where my client actually calls them. They get put into the CRM and all the automation and stuff like that. They get automation for the Facebook lead ad form too. But anyways, all of that is great, right? And great numbers. Short-term results, like in the short term, that's really good. However, here's what happens is, one, so the audience size, I think, is like 1.3 million, which is actually pretty good. But you're not going to build a massive business if you're only relying on interest targeting. You have to get creative and use all the assets you have at your disposal. With something like this, with a video, you can take these 905 people who watched at least 50% of the video. Now, you might think, well, that'd be only 7 seconds. You might think that that's not significant, but it can be. It really can be. This is data that you can now take and create custom audiences, which then you can create lookalike audiences and start building your own data vault, almost. So your own vault of just awesome data and these assets where you can create your own audiences. It's so powerful, because here's the thing. Is, let's say I run out of the interest targeting, right? And then I'm screwed, right? What am I going to use? Well, by that time, hopefully I have a pretty decent amount of people who have watched at least 50% or even 100% of the video. 100% would actually be really good. If we kept running this for a month and we could get this to like 1,000 people, I can create a custom audience of these people, basically saying, because if somebody watches 15 seconds of an ad that is clearly for auto repair shop owners, and it's funding related, they're probably pretty close to being our target audience as far as intent goes. So we can then create a special ads or lookalike audience around those 1,000 people, in this case 309, but we can create lookalike audiences for those people and run ads to them, okay? And let's say we run that for a month, and now let's say we've had 300 people submit our lead ad form now. We can now create a lookalike audience off of those people. And let's say 3 months down the road, you have 300 people who filled out your pre-qualification survey. You build a special ads or lookalike audience around that. You see what I'm saying? You just keep building and building and building, getting closer and closer and closer to your ideal prospect. And that is the long-term aspect of the advertising game. So you don't want to think just short-term, like, oh, I've only got 25 leads or whatever it is. Think long-term about, the longer you do this, the more data you get, the better your results get over time, right? So keep that in mind, guys. We can also, what's really powerful about this is I can retarget all these people with the static image ad if I wanted to, which actually I will, for like $1 or $2 a day. Retargeting is so cheap, but I can now take these people who have watched at least 50% of that video with that big thing of text on it saying funding for auto repair shops. And I can retarget these 905 people for $1 a day with this static image, getting them to fill out a form, right? So there's that's why I was really excited when Canva came out with this. It's really, really powerful. I go into depth on how to create these inside of my course. So I'll have a link in the description, whatever. It still comes with 30 days of coaching as well. So you got me in your corner for 30 days if that interests you. Anyways, that'll be in the course. I just want to show you really quick just kind of how it works. I'll give you a basic overview here so that maybe you can use it in your business. Let's just, I don't know why it does this. This is really annoying. But if you go into Canva, and I believe you do need the paid version, of which it's only $13 a month. It's nothing. They have a little videos button right here now too. And if you type in auto repair shop, let's see if I can find the one that I used. And you don't have to, obviously, get creative, but see this? So you could do something like this and then put your text on it and all that stuff like you normally would with an image. And then you just upload it as a video inside of Facebook for your ad campaign. That's it, right? So, like just crazy powerful, man. Some really good stuff. And that's why, you got to constantly be updating your system, guys, and your strategies and things like that. Just stay on top of what's coming out, what's new. How can I use these different tools to get better results, right? So I wanted to show you that. That's kind of what's new in those campaigns. Now, really good learning lesson here in the construction campaign. Get the out of here. Also, I guess I'll show you the actual, like just the engagement numbers too. I like to show that in these campaign breakdown videos, just so you guys can see. So we've had 25 leads come in, 81 link clicks. Like my link click-through rate isn't all that great, but the cost per link click is really good. Look at our CPM, man. This is just insane. $10 for 1,000 impressions. That is freaking awesome. So even though, my click-through rate isn't necessarily what I normally would like it to be at, as long as the numbers are coming in, as long as I like my numbers, then I'm cool with it, right? So those are our numbers for that. As far as the ad campaign goes, you do always want to look at your quality ranking, which again, I would say like actually I just got, this is actually good. I think it just changed. One of these was below average, I think. I don't remember. Anyways, this is what you want to see. Average, at least average. You don't really want to see below average too often, maybe one of these, but as long as you're hitting your numbers and it's not like all of these are below average, then you're okay. But this gives you a really good indication of how of the quality of your ad. And if you can get at least average on all these, typically the lower your CPM is going to be. All right, so keep that in mind. Now, I do want to show you one thing here really quick in the construction campaign. I literally did pretty much the same exact thing with construction as I did with auto repair as far as the strategy goes. I had one static image, and then I used that 15-second video, just the construction version of it. But here's what's interesting is that the results weren't nearly as good. And of course, every industry is going to be different, guys. Just because you're killing it in one industry doesn't mean if you do the same exact thing in another industry that it's going to do well. That's just stupid. But I want to show you. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, here we go. Yeah, we only had five leads. Now, at just under $20 a lead. That's a lot more than the auto repair campaign. And again, it's all relative. We had 2 out of the 5 fill out the survey. They're in our email follow-up, and we're texting them and whatnot. So it's all relative. Could you still do pretty well on $20 leads? Yeah. But obviously, if we know we can get it much lower, we want to try to do that, right? So for me, I'm thinking, okay, well, you have to look at numbers in order to see where the problem is. Is it my audience? Is it my ads? Is it the lead form? Is it the survey? Is it the offer? Who knows, right? But in order to find out, we have to look at numbers, right? So we have 5 leads. We know that we're not very happy with that lead cost, all right? So let's scroll over. We're on performance and clicks. All right, our CPM is good. So that lets me know that there's not a crazy amount of competition, and we should be able to make this work. Now here's the real kicker is that we had 31 link clicks. Now that click-through rate percentage is again not good. However, and it's $3.19 per click. Not that great, but that's manageable. I've done pretty well with those numbers before. Here's where for me, the problem is we've had 31 link clicks, but only 5 people have completed the survey. That's like, that's less than 20% conversion rate, which should not be happening with a lead ad form. The reason we use lead ads is because the conversion rate is typically higher than sending them to a regular landing page because it's native on the Facebook platform, that they're not leaving Facebook and their information auto-populates on the form. So we should be getting at least a 30% conversion rate on these Facebook lead ads. So for me, that's where the problem was. Yeah, I'm not crazy about the rest of these numbers, but they're also not terrible enough to where I'm thinking to myself, okay, this campaign is not going to work, right? For me, we should have at least twice as many leads in the pipeline right now, which would bring obviously slash our lead costs in half. And in my mind, that would be a much more acceptable lead cost. Okay. So what I do from here is, okay, I've had 5 leads. I've had 5 leads submit the form, but I've had 31 link clicks. So obviously there's interest, and also the engagement on these on the ads was not too bad. I think one of these was the below app. Yeah, see, this is not that great, but again, this is above. This is above. So again, I'm okay with it. It's not great, but that's okay. And if we look at this, so if we preview these ads, we're getting some engagement. We're getting shares. We're getting reactions on it. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the single image one. Oh, you know what? I already changed. Damn it. I already changed the lead form. That's okay. We were getting good engagement. Anyways, so for me, there's some people are clicking on the ad to get more information, but they're not submitting the form. That means there's a disconnect somewhere between what they're seeing in the ad and then what they see on the lead form or your landing page, whatever. There's something that's not consistent or that's scaring them off. So immediately where my mind goes to fix something is the lead form. So that's basically what I did is I mean, it wasn't even like that much of a change. I'm just thinking to myself, like, what could possibly be scaring people off, because it was pretty consistent. But basically, here, I'll see if I can, let me open up this lead form and I'll show you guys. Let's duplicate this really quick. Yeah, so I took out, find out how much funding your construction business can get. And so I took out construction. I had right here, you no longer have to wait for like banks or relief programs or things like that. And instead, I changed it to funding for all types of business construction projects, just trying to stay consistent with that. This is for construction. And then I also, in the questions box here, will email and text you the 30-second campaign just to confirm your contact info. No, we won't spam you. So I added that. So I was thinking, okay, maybe they think that because we're asking for a phone number, we're going to call and we're going to spam and all that stuff. So I tried to be a little bit more, I'm maybe trying to address that objection up front to see if we can get more people to submit the form, because that's really what the issue is right now is, I mean, we're getting a decent amount of engagement. We're getting people opening the form. We should have twice as many leads, which would be pretty good. What's the problem, right? So yeah, anyways, that's what I did with this particular campaign is I just adjusted the Facebook lead ad and resubmitted. We're also bumping up the budget to $25 per day. See if we can get maybe some better results with that too. But yeah, so and the next stage of this would be to create retargeting one retargeting audiences based on the video engagement, but also new lookalike audiences based on those people as well. So that's kind of phase 2 for that. Whew. Anyways, that was a lot of stuff. Hopefully that helps. Give me a thumbs up if this was helpful, guys. If you learned something new, leave a comment with any questions or feedback below. Make sure you subscribe, because I'll keep you posted on this campaign along with many others. I come out with this stuff all the time. And yeah, make sure you join the free. I would say we got a free Facebook group that you can join down below if you want to learn more about coaching with me and my course. I have all of my lead generation strategies here, where I break down from start to finish the strategy, the ad copy, the interest targeting, all that stuff, the funnels, automation, everything for the entire. It's just my entire system. If you want to learn more about that, it'll be down below. But yeah, that's it, guys. I will talk to you in the next video. Peace.